Good afternoon. I'm wearing my hat because it's that cold, and it's what? Monday 11th of May, and it's still cold. Can't believe this. So my good friend Matt G4IYT has a trap dipole, and our last club mate, he had a QSO with someone in Devon, 10 watts out of his ICOM 705, and it sounded magnificent. It was crystal clear. The guy that he was talking to was live streaming. No, he was talking to Stu, the station master founder, and the QSO he had with him was Q5, 5 and 9 Q5, perfect, on 5 watts on a ICOM 705, and it got me thinking. I enjoyed this similar result on 20 meters because I'm using this dipole, which I've turned into a 2-element Yagi now. And the end fed half wave that I use sometimes on the outportable and stuff, it doesn't have any gain. An end fed half wave antenna doesn't have a gain over a dipole. So I think it's worth visiting a dipole again. I remember when I was in M7, my first antenna was a dipole. I think it was a dipole on 20 meters, and I was working well with 10 watts, being an M7. Yeah, I was getting out into Europe with it, and then I changed at some point to an end fed, and the results were hit and miss. So reflecting back on all of that, I think there is a case for a dipole in a ham shack. So I'm gonna be turning this bunch of wire, this cable, I think it's a speaker wire or some sort. I bought it yeah, it's a speaker cable. It's a speaker cable which I bought at a car boot sale locally, just south of just west of Happenden, just outside Happenden. Massive boot sale. So yeah, I picked this one up for about 8 quid. Massive spool. I don't know how many meters are in there. So I'm gonna turn this into a trap dipole. Now the total length I need to unwind is 21.9 meters. That's the total length. Actually, it's gonna be half of that because it's 2 strands. So I'm gonna do half of that length and then pull it apart so that I have each leg for the dipole. So that will be the total length, but obviously I'm be making it into a trap dipole, so I'm gonna have to cut it in a number of places. So the first cut is gonna be for 15 meters. That's 21 megahertz. Then I'll put on the screen the measurements that I use ChatGPT to get. First cut is for 15 meters. Second cut is gonna be for 20 meters. Third cut is going to be for 40 meters, and I'm going to do a final cut for 80 meters. 80 meter dipole is going to get me a quarter wave on top band with the tuner, with the manual tuner. So I'm a bit hopeful to get on top band with it, but I don't know if that's just wishful thinking. Between 80 meters and 40 meters, I'm hoping to use the tuner to get on the 60 meter band as well with it. I'm not going to bother with 10 meters because 10 meters really is a vertical band. It's a vertical whip kind of band, so most likely when I'm out portable I'll be using a vertical whip if I'm going to be on 10 meters. But absolutely need a dipole for 20 meters, 40 meters, and 80 meters. So yeah, I've had to order on Amazon this little thing. So I've had to order this on Amazon. I looked for it on the internet. No hardware store had it available for me to just walk up and purchase. So I needed
We're playing bowling ball.
the name is still wishy-washy. I'm actually still not sure what the name is. I'll show you anyway the listing that I bought it from. So basically, one side is a blade. Is it gonna focus on me? One side is a blade, and then the other side is the receiving side. So the two will marry like that, and you can pull apart and marry together. Hey boys, come on, I'm recording. So I'm not sure what these are called, but I'll show you the listing anyway. I'll show you the listing when I get to it. So basically, this side will marry with this side. It's not a permanent connection. You can pull them apart. This one's got a little locking bump. I just need to take that out when I do it. But what I wanted most was the way it hooks on there. So I'm gonna do this solder free. It's gonna be a solder free setup. I'll do a closer up of how I'm gonna do the wiring for it, but yeah, that's the plan. Apologies for the noise the kids are making, but yeah. So, and I put these it comes with these insulators, so I'll be able to use the insulators to complete the looking forward to that. So on to cutting the first 15-meter 2 legs. These are the 2 wires. So these have little dots on them that are sort of like hole punched to interlock. The reason why I'm using this is this is the side that will be permanently on the dipole, and then the blade side would be the 20-meter one coming in to meet it. So the idea is to stop this pulling out. I don't have the proper pliers for it, but we can very much make it work. So the idea is you put it like this and then you fold it back on itself. Like that. Nice and easy. I can solder it if I want to. Come on. Ooh. That's moving quite a bit, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. That's never gonna pull out. Okay, that's good. Do the next one. So that's good to go now. The other end of this, I'm gonna do eyelets. I'm gonna do eyelets so that I can attach it to the dipole feed point. Right now I don't have eyelets in there. I need to look for them. Let's do 12 gauge. Strip that. For now, I'm going to temporarily put this rope on the end of it. So I'm going to tie this to the end of each rope. That way I can pull them apart. I can pull it apart at a reasonable distance. So I'll just do a simple knot on here, just to hold up these wires, these cables apart for my nano VNA test. So on to the next stage. So the dipole is up for 15 meters. As you can see, that is really good. ChatGPT was bang on, really bang on. I could be a perfectionist and try and trim it down, but 1:1 at 21 megs, and then the whole band 450 is 1.4, allowing for different environments, different places I could end up operating this thing. So I've got it up there now, stretched. So time to measure 20 meters and put it up. For 20 meters, I took a risky move and it almost backfired. ChatGPT was measuring 1.8 meters extension to make it resonant on 20 meters. I cut that back to 1.7, and it was resonant on 13 megahertz. So I cut off a further 20 centimeters on each leg. And lucky enough, it's brought it into resonance where I like to play. So I like to play between 200 and 300. And 1.2 on 200. And then the top end of the band is about 1.3. Right now we're still saying 1.2. It's because my positioning, but it's going to be pretty much flat on 20 meters. 1.5, 1.2, 1.3. So very, very resonant on 20 meters. Now I'm gonna add the 40 meter element, and I don't have much room to tune 80 meters in my garden. So I'm just going to do 40 meters and then stop, and then play with it tonight. And then when I go to the park tomorrow, I'll then do the 80 meter element. So that angle there is what I'm aiming for when I'm out in the park. So stretch it apart more than 90 degrees. The closer I bring it together, the sharper the V, the lower the feedpoint impedance. Sometimes it will drop even below 50 ohms. So I want to keep it as flat as I can within reason. That's why I've got these long ropes on the ends of the wires, so I can just walk further out to stretch out this angle as much as I can. So yeah, hopefully it's gonna work out nicely. Okay, so I've tuned the dipole for 20 meters. Now I need to add the element for 40 meters. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this to the end of the wire, so that the one with the blade can then come and join here for the 40 meter element. So I'm just gonna untie this and keep it nice and simple. The idea is to be able to quickly take it down and put it up, etc. So nothing difficult. I want to be able to do this as well out in the field. So I need a solder-free solution. We don't want to use soldering, but we still want to have strong connections. So real simple. Hold that there, and then I'm gonna pinch it. Where's my long nose? The long nose pliers. Oh, I've closed the gap I need there. So why I like these ones is I'm gonna fold this down back in there, right, and then I'm gonna close this, pinch it down, do it this side, hold this side. And because now it's folded on itself, that is never coming, that's, well, I say never, that's not going to come undone even if I pull to stretch the wire. So now the next thing to do is like, so now the next thing to do is, this is my where am I? This is my 40 meter element. So 40 meter element, 20 meter element come together. That's it. And then on the end of this wire, I'm gonna tie my rope. I'm just gonna make a simple knot on the end of this so the rope holds. So I'm supposed to add 5.1 meters of wire to make it resonant on 40 meters. Well, we know that the insulation on this speaker wire is very thick, and the wire itself is very thick. So if I had to cut off 30 centimeters to make it resonant on 20 meters, I've cut off 30 centimeters again. No, not 30 centimeters. I've cut off 20. So I'm starting from 4.9 meters. So that's it. Just gonna go and do the other side now. Morning. So this is the next day. Managed to do the up to the 40 meter dipole last night, and it's working amazing, really amazing. I was getting into North America 5 and 9 without a problem. I was receiving strong signals. I was receiving like 15 plus dB, 20 plus dB stations in America. Naturally, because of the layout of my garden, that leg is receiving America, because signals from America, they come from this direction, northwest. So having the broad side of the dipole facing that direction is just so yeah, North America, fantastic. With it being a dipole as well, I have this side as well. So this side of the dipole is receiving Australia a long path. It would be Asia long path, Indonesia them long. So long path would be coming in from that side. Even if it's coming from that side or that side, it's on the broad side of the dipole. So really happy with it. And the ends are this side and that side. So those are the nulls of my radiation pattern. So I'm not picking up noise from the house. The noise from the house is really minimal. It's really good. It's really good. I'm able to pick up weak signals because of it. So yeah, we've done the trial. It's worked well. So I'm gonna move this pole a little bit higher, one step up, and then put this choke in. So I'm gonna sort that bit out, and then do some tests, and enjoy the buns today. I looked on the predictions, it's saying fair, but I'm receiving UK signals 20 plus, 30 plus dB. I'll show you that when I go upstairs. So the dipole versus end fed half-wave. If you can do a dipole, do a dipole. Oh my god. So this is my final setup for this testing at home. Feed point there, nice wide feed point angle there. First leg is dropping down to the top there, and then stretches sideways a little bit. Second leg is before it gets to the house there. I tied the cable there to the rope, and drop it down. So approximately 1 meter from the house, but because of this little drop down leg, it's now vertical with the house. So I am picking up a little bit of noise in the house, but it's not terrible. It's about S4, but I'm receiving signals like S7 plus. So yeah, I'm gonna quickly go upstairs and show you what it's like on the radio, because the conditions are changing very fast. UK stations are getting weaker and weaker, and EU stations are getting stronger and stronger. So let's head up there and show you what's like on the radio.
And I can go screech and then
He's using a Hemmings line, 100 watts.
If I want to for chasing DX or whatever.
Really
So there we are. Just want to go. It seems to be working. Driving the amp okay, so that's fine. I've got a Alpin 200 as well, but I haven't got that switched on at the moment. Just running the small Juno copy. It's about 150 watt with a solid state amplifier, but I very rarely drive it more than 100 watts. You see it peaking up 101 watts there, so just driving it sort of 3/4 throttle. Don't like try and overdrive the transistor amps, but I've had the lid off it and it's built extraordinarily well. Chinese copy.
I'll keep switching them over and having a listen. And this multimeter that's dedicated is certainly better on this. But never mind. They've all got a good SWR right way through whatever I'm going to use, so that's fine. Okay, Andy. I'll play 7-3 to you, and let's get back to your streaming, and I'll think about you sometime through the day and see how you're getting on. M0, Charlie Hotel Kilo, Germany 4, Romeo Hotel November.
For RHN, Mike 0 Charlie Hotel Kilo returning. Yeah, okay, Steve, I've not got a lot to do. I've been out there for a couple of hours. Started about 8:30 this evening. Been out there for a couple of hours. And I got most of it done. I just got a little tiny bits and pieces to do to sort out, and just sweep the footpaths, etc. The detritus, trimming off those footpaths, so just do that, tidy it up. And I don't know what I'm going to do this afternoon. I might have a lawnmower out actually. It doesn't rain.
Close, I guess. But as soon as I got...
J'ai vu ton message, donc je suis descendu et Ezekiel est rentré juste entre temps. Voilà, bah écoute, je te repasse le micro.
You were talking about it. I don't know what you were actually saying. It was that money dropped into the noise. So conditions are very variable, but anyway, at least they're better than they have been. So we shouldn't complain, should we? Be interesting to see how things are on tomorrow. It would be nice to think that this might be the start of 40 metres coming back into bloom. It would be lovely to think so. By the way, I'm not going to be able to take the net on Friday, and I'm doing the whole week.
C'est emmerdant parce que c'est dur.
Please, Ken, because I've only heard you on the changeover, and thank you for starting it. I was running a bit late this morning, and I was tuned into 80 metres as well, so I had to be tuned to 40. So over to you, Ken. DC, VOD, DW60Y.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Robert, no problems. Yeah, good signals.
Stand by.
Sorry, who was that?
Yeah, go ahead, Ken. There's somebody else on the side, so stand by, please, on the side.
Yep, okay. The breaker, go ahead.
Yes, 20 VAR. Carry on, bring me in later.
Yeah, okay, Colin, good signal from you. Good morning, nice to hear you again. G0 VAR with the Rafales Group, G3 VOD. The order I have it, Robert, from here would be Lawrence next, G0 DLO, then Kenny, yourself and Chris, and then Colin, of course, to come in there. So that's as I have it at the moment, and okay on condition. Certainly much better here on 40, I think. I did listen to the QSO a few times whilst I was away through a Western SDR, and that certainly didn't show great conditions at all. And 80's not been much better, I gather. But anyway, all reasonable at the moment. The next in line would be Lawrence. Robert, back to you. GW6GBY with Ralph G3BOD.
G3BOD, GW6GBY. Actually, it's going this morning. I often do it from memory.
Yes, about 11 o'clock. And MW0TSU and GE4OBB came back to me and we had a little chat for a few minutes, but it was up and down, but at least that was 2 more squares in the net, in the log, but I didn't hear anybody else, so we QSY'd then. But it's interesting. I will continue to do that when I get a minute, and if there's not a net running, I will put out a call and see if anything happens. But I apologise that I'm not able to say I will definitely be here at...
Enjoy the activation, bye.
59 received, thanks very much. Left 73s, that's QSZ. Radio Alpha. Going again, Radio Alpha, please. Roger, Tony, thank you very much. Papa Alpha 7, Radio Alpha. Papa Alpha 7, Radio Alpha, Reihenheiser, you are...
I need to 1.5. I need to trigger it to pre-tune actually, because that doesn't meet the threshold for it to retune. Because it's an auto tuner, it's sometimes spot tunes. So
Juliet.
7 to 8, yes, it's a short hop, but it's a bit...
Foxtrot Papa, you are 5 and 5 in this moment, Dave. Get out.
Where's the pointer? Where's the pointer? There's a pointer.
Roger, 5-9 in the log. You are a 2-station Italian station in the same frequency, Dave.
Something golf at the other letter.
Marvel, Papa.
Roger, I'm hoping to get out soon, mate, over.
Yeah, roger that. Hope to catch you later then. 73.
73's, buddy, thank you.
Oscar November 5, Juliet Echo. Golf 5 station. Oscar November 5, Juliet Echo. Golf 5, is that Kilo Uniform Echo?
Yeah, Roger, Nick. Yeah, you're 5 and 7. 5 and 7 to Littlehampton, South Coast of UK.
Yeah, roger that. Ian, I've got you there. 5-9 for you.
Yeah, many regards. Yeah, enjoy your activation. 73.
Many thanks for the call this morning, Ian. Great to get with the log. 73.
Mike Alpha.
Juliet Echo. Anything in Echo? Roger, good afternoon, Nick. Marcel, Belgium. Ontario, November 5, Juliet Echo. 5 and 7, Nick, okay? Roger that, Bill. 5 and 9 for you. Okay, thank you for 5 and 9, Nick. Greetings and enjoy the activation. Bye. Many thanks for the call, Bill. 73. QRZ to Echo 0, Mike, November 5,
It is Golf 0 Alpha Golf Tango.
Okay, I think we've got a Mexico 0 there.
Mike 0, Oscar, Papa Kilo.
Because pointer activators are usually the same in the UK. I've worked quite a lot of them.
Yep, also 5-9. 5-9 both ways. I'll let you get on there and say thanks for 73.
Let's do 25
Many thanks for the call. Great to get you in the log this morning. 73. A QRZ to Echo 0, Mike November Fox Portable.
Golf 0 Alpha Golf Tango.
Okay, Oscar November station.
Oscar November 6, Lima X-ray. Good morning, Nick. Report through is 5-9.
Yeah, many thanks for the 5-9 left, also 59. 59 both ways.
Thank you. Nice contact, my friend. 73, good luck.
Many thanks for the call, Lex. Great to get you in the log. 73. QRZ to Echo 0, Mike November Fox Portable.
Golf 0 Alpha Golf Tango.
Another Mexico 0. 0, Bravo, Mike Echo. 748. Yourself? Many thanks for the call, Mel. 73. QRZ to Echo 0, Mike November Fox Portable.
Golf 0 Alpha Golf Tango.
We'll go with the Golf 4 first, please.
Golf 4, Well done, huh?
Many thanks, 73, QRZ to Echo 0, Mike November, Fox Portable.
Golf 0 Alpha Golf Tango.
Golf 6 Tango Sierra Juliet, Phil, morning to you, 5-9. QRZ to Echo 0, Mike November, Fox Portable.
Golf 0 Alpha Golf Tango.
Ending in Tango.
Golf 0 Alpha Golf Tango.
Golf 0 Alpha Golf Tango. Alex, morning to you, 5-9.
Thank you. Good morning, Nick. I'm receiving you 5 and 8. You're picking 5 and 8. So thank you for the new bunker, 73.
Many thanks for the call, Alex. Great to get you in the loft today, 73. QRZ to Echo 0, Mike November, Fox Portable.
Echo in. Oscar November 3, Mike Oscar Hotel. Phil.
When you're working on pilot, it's quite tempting to...
Good morning to you also.
It's quite tempting to want to up the power, but yeah, it was working. 40 watts. I probably could have brought that down to 20 watts. Let's turn that down. I'm sure you don't want to hear that. Alright, where am I being heard? So, propagation is really literally Europe at the moment. That's crazy. Oh, I've already worked somebody. Oh, got a few. Got a little pile up. Gotta bear in mind that this is depending on how good the receiving station is on FT8. But top of Scotland, I'm plus 9 dB or 5 watts. Look at that. Inverness, just side of Inverness there. Look at this one. Plus 5 dB. Look at this one. Plus 6, plus 8. So some of these you gotta take it with a pinch of salt. Depends on how good the receiving station is. Some are working with Yagis and some are running compromised antennas. Like this one. Plus up the power now to 25 watts. Give it a few CQ passes. Let's wait. Okay, this is one. Let's let that cycle through. Oh, I didn't even get a chance to think. Another station has just come through. Let's work him in Italy. He's receiving me minus 18, I'm receiving him minus 13. That's a massive difference. No, I'm receiving him minus 18 and he's receiving me... No, yeah. Minus 8. So I'm bad. I'm receiving him worse than they're receiving me. So I wonder if it's because I'm using more power than them. With 25 watts, I am now spreading out more. I'm now spreading out more. So yeah, my antenna is very broadside north-south, so that's why nice pattern there, It correlates with the setup in the garden. These sides are my weak sides. These are my nulls. These are my broadsides. So east-west is my nulls. Broadside is top-down. Alright, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you very much for staying with me, and best 73.